Hi, everyone. So Phil just left. He completely left. I think his computer died. So it'll be a minute. Talk amongst yourselves, chat. And, hey, it is the Jen
Well, that was
show.
fun.
They are ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. My
They're like,
computer is
screw
just
Phil. It's the Jen show now.
exactly. My computer is just deciding, like, no, I don't want to work today. So, like, as soon as I touched my screen, it just decided, oh, hey, blank screen, and I had to restart the browser. So, fun time.
At least it's not me with the tech issues
I know.
this time.
I feel like all this week is Mercury in retrograde.
I don't know.
I feel like all this week I've had nothing but technical problems with like
It
everything
probably is.
going
Hold
on.
on. Let me check. Oh, I have a computer in front of me.
I know.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nope.
It
was March 15th through April 7th, July 17th through August 10th, and November 9th through the 29th. Wait, November 9th through the 29th? Everybody, let's just go ahead and write off November. That's like the whole freaking month.
Yay. That's also Jackie and my sister's birthdays are in that time frame. That's going to be great.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it here because now everything's working. Hopefully our spin wheel later works. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now experiencing distance nerding.
Part of the Geek Freaks Network.
That's right. She's our Hollywood casting avatar. It's Jen.
And he's the secret to the secret of the show. It's Young Phil.
That's right. And we're here
to nerd together.
All right. We're talking anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, Comic Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Of course, on YouTube, all you guys on YouTube right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Listen to your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. If you're listening on Spotify, leave us an episode review. Remember, 5 stars helps us so much because it helps the algorithm think that we are much more popular than we think we are.
Yeah, please. We want all the parasocial relationships.
All of them, every single one of them. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to do so, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all the places at Distance Nerding. Of course, you can email us at everyone's favorite place. If your favorite place is AOL, at distancenerding@aol.com.
Yeah. Everyone, I just want you to know, Phil is hanging by a thread.
I am. Absolutely.
Thread.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is now time for that show of shows, the favorite thing that we do every week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the download. Well, we can at least try and make everything work the way it's supposed to work for the remainder of the show, so we can do that.
Yes, we can.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got starting rumors.
Green tacos are back on the menu. I mean, MCU menu.
Oh, yep. I see where that went. The Geekend update.
Beaver State, but will Bucky even be there?
Let's just hope. The download.
We cast a spell, it goes wrong, and now Doomsday and Secret Wars are delayed.
Yeah, that's all our fault. We're sorry, guys. We really Seriously apologize for that. And at the end of the show, as long as all you guys stick around with us, we're doing a giveaway.
Give a yay. It's a celebration. We got prizes, people.
We got prizes, people. That's right. But before we get into all of that, all the fun stuff that we do around here, okay. Let's start that again.
But first,
let me get a shout out. The technology is not wanting to be friends with me today. Shout out. Fail. Shout out to Debbie. Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. We are some fiends around here for some Debbie, guys. So yeah, get on that Debbie. I drink it pretty much at every show. And I drink it on occasion when I'm doing game streams, which that's also been giving me trouble.
Have they ever retired a flavor?
I think actually they're going to be retiring Dub Sludge pretty soon. I think they mentioned that they're going to be retiring the flavor.
A little Dubby tea.
Oh yeah, that's probably going to upset some people because I know that's a lot of people's favorite flavor. But before we jump into all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially a part of the Geek Freaks Network.
I would have laughed if it had not been that.
No, I had to go and touch that myself. Guys, connecting, informing, and entertaining fellow geeks and nerds, creating a space where fans can explore their fandoms, discover new ones, and engage in meaningful discussions. Check out the Geek Freaks podcast, Challenge Accepted, Outlast podcast, Fandom Portals, Who's Got Next Game, Disney Mom's Gone Wrong, which is absolutely hilarious, Geek Freaks interviews, headlines, Anime Plus, and of course, Distance, Nerding. See, I can't even say the name of our show right. Whether you're into blockbuster films, classic video games, or niche comic series, the Geek Freaks Network's got you covered. Find out more gfpods.com. You guys have a Geek Freaks interview coming up, don't you?
Yeah, actually, it's coming out in July.
That's right. So, guys, be on the lookout. July 15th. There is going to be a new episode of Geek Freaks interviews featuring the Distance Nerding crew minus James and Phil.
Yeah.
You guys get to learn about the rest of everybody at Distance Nerding. All your guys.
Yeah, it was pretty funny because all three of us were really uptight at the beginning, and then we all just kind of melted and became ourselves.
Gotcha.
It was really funny.
That's actually pretty funny.
So they asked us what TV show we would want to have rebooted or.
Oh yeah.
And I said a very obscure television show from 1988.
What show was it?
Probe.
Oh God, that is obscure.
I know, right?
It's kind of crazy. Well, guys, let's jump into the next segment we have here. Now, we were planning on stretching time, and we were moving things around because we were going to try and push time out for our guest, but he's actually here already. So let's actually jump into the Geek End update, switch things around again. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Geek End update.
You know, they would have never known if you hadn't said anything, and we just did Geek End update.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this Geek End update, we are excited because this weekend we're going to be at another con, Beaver State Comic Con, May 31st and June 1st through June 1st in Redmond, Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing guests. I'm excited for the guests that we're going to talk to, but I don't want to steal the thunder for our guest that's on today. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's bring him on. He is the man. And when I say the man, I mean he is the one that puts smiles on everybody's faces, not only because he is an amazing dude, but also because putting these shows together and getting all the fandoms together and everything like that. We owe all the thanks, all the nerd thanks to the Godzilla keeper himself, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dave Haworth.
Oh, there I am. Hey, you don't steal the thunder. You are the thunder, Phil.
Oh no, that's a lie. I'm not the thunder at all, sir. You are the bridge.
Oh, I don't know. There's so many good promoters out there. Millerick and Galaxy Con, and all those guys out there. But we do our best. We do what we can to give people a good time. I think we had such a good time a couple of weeks ago that I really didn't even see you guys. It was just mayhem.
Absolutely, man. We were kind of handling the stage and all the guests and everything, and you guys were out, keeping the show together, and did a damn good job, man. Because that show, I mean, it's already a hit, right? Gem State is a massive hit, but I mean, man, it was so busy. Like it was indistinguishable from some of the it's like some of the big major cons, like a San Diego and some of the LA Comic Con, stuff like that, like the bigger shows where there's so much going on you can't even like think. It kind of felt like that in a good way.
Yeah, and I was only able to go to the green room or the panel room once, I think, and it was you were doing the Sean Gunn Scott Patterson interview,
right?
And I was happy to see that you guys are filming those because those are. I've always been for that because they're very historical moments, and really, I don't know of any podcasts that can interview celebrities really, unless you're like, what is it, David Spade and Dana Carvey with their podcast, or like Dennis Miller with their podcast. I think when it comes to guests, I don't know. I think, I mean, you guys are celebrities in your own right, but I mean, those guys were on SNL and they've done movies and they're getting guests. But you guys are getting guests, and then there's no other podcast getting guests really, except for you guys.
I mean that means a lot to me, just because it makes me think that I'm doing the right thing. Those videos hopefully should be out in the next month, just because we've got a couple of episodes we're putting out right now for comic conversations, but also because we were experimenting with that. We had 2 different angles, so I've got to kind of mash up those angles, and then I'm also taking the recorded audio that we did and putting that over the video, so in that way it's not just the dinky little microphones in the camera. It's going to be high definition, high fidelity audio. So once we get all of that kind of up and running again, there's a lot of play that we have to do with that, but those videos will be up in the next month.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of the pictures online on social media with you guys, with the VOA actors and other actors, and it was pretty cool. And it was like, man, I wish I was able to sit in on a lot of that. So I knew for the Sean Gunn Scott Patterson interviews that it was like standing room only, very much like the Aston interview the previous year. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And sorry, those are my squirrels tripping my alarm.
I had mentioned that it was kind of crazy that people really didn't ask Sean about DC and Marvel. It was all Gilmore Girls, the entire thing, but they were just so funny.
Yeah, it's interesting because they were telling me that it depends on what area the convention is. Like in the big cities, it's more about Marvel, DC. If it's more rural areas, small town, you're going to get more of Gilmore Girl fandom, which is very odd. I think it's very interesting, the dynamics of different communities and what's better than others at times, depending on where you're located. So,
right. So yeah,
I love them both. So figure that out.
They're both great. So yeah, we just went over Gem State. So next upcoming this weekend, we've got Beaver State Comic Con in Redmond, Oregon. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Beaver State Comic Con is its second year. It's finally a 2-day event. Last year, I thought it was good enough to move it up to 2 days. And you know what I love about that venue? It's just beautiful to look at with all the glaciers around it and everything. It's pretty cool. What we really like about this year's Beaver State is we're having Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver being there. And I've been working on getting Jerry Mathers to a convention literally since we started conventions back in 2015. Every year we ask him, every year it's a no. This year I begged him to come. I said, wouldn't it be amazing? The Beaver at Beaver State? I mean, you can't beat that. You have to do it. And so he finally caved after all these years. and you know, I got to be honest with you. I don't care if he doesn't sell one autograph. I don't care. I mean, I just brought him over for me. I'm a big fan of this show. Always have been. I raised my kids on that show. Many people love that show. He's an icon. Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
And at this stage in his life, our lives, how many more appearances does he have? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's actually one of the last actors from Beaver that's still around.
Yeah. So to have him, it's just not to have him there, but it's a historical moment. You know, for him to say, "Oh, Jerry Mathers was in Bend, Oregon. Oh, he was at Beaver State Comic Con." It's really these conventions, and people don't realize that they're historical moments. You know, in time. So we're excited about that. Reb Brown, who you've met before, I think several times. You know, he's a good friend, and you know, he's also, you know, up there. And so, you know, to have the original Captain America at a show, and for people to have the opportunity to see him, to take photos with him, get autographs with him. Both of these actors are legends, but also, you know, if you don't go to the show and time goes by and they're no longer with us, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And I felt that way about two people. Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca. I had a chance to meet him. I said, "Oh, I'll meet him next time. I go to enough cons." Well, I never saw him. That was it. That was his final show. Jaws. You remember Richard Kiel from the James Bond movies? He played Jaws. Same thing with him. I was at a show in San Jose, California. I said, "Oh, I'll meet him some other time." You know, again, and he's gone, and I never had a chance to meet him. So this is why people ask, why do you bring these older legends? And it's because this is your final chance. This is it. So seize the day. And, you know, and those are days I regret that I missed seeing and maybe talking to those actors, especially, you know, Peter Mayhew. He was Star Wars legend, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
So anytime I get Star Wars guests, and I'm like, people have to see them. Any guests, they have to see them.
Right. And I mean, along with that, so again, Jerry Mathers, big deal. Reb Brown, big deal. Peter Kalamis is going to be there as well. Friend of the show, Peter Kalamis.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Pete's awesome, and I love seeing him every time I see him. We're also getting Lindsay Shepard, so I know Say Wong in the chat, he's a big Ruby fan. So you know, she was in Ruby, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, a couple of different shows and things like that. So I mean, again, some star-studded, you know, star-packed show as we usually are.
And, you know, like, you know, if you live in Bend, Redmond, you know, those kind of areas, you don't live in LA, you don't live in New York, Portland, Chicago, whatever, Dallas, you know. So when these actors come out, that's it. They're only coming once. They're not going to come ever again. So you have to see them, enjoy them, talk to them, you know, anything you wanted to know about them, ask your questions, because when you see them and they're gone or whatever, you'll always remember those moments. I will always remember the time I met Tom Baker, Peter Davison, you know, a lot of these big actors. I'll never forget things. And some of them are gone. That Felix Silla, who was like a father to me, he's gone, you know, so those guys will stay with you forever once you meet them. And Peter Kalamis, of course, he's a younger guy. He'll be around a while, but he won't be in Bend in Redmond again. This is your only shot for him. And Lindsay Shepard, yeah, she's a young VOA actor, but they're only going to come once. Beaver State Comic Con is it? It's the only show in the area, so why fly to LA when you can drive 5 blocks from your house? And we always say
with the original Goku.
Right. And you have to say, like, you have to support your local cons, because if you don't, then the con just goes away. And, then you have nothing, at all. And I know that there were people in Pleasanton who loved our Powerhouse Comic Con every year. But, if the community can't hold on to it, then some other community is going to pick it up and run with it. You know what I mean? So you really, no matter where you live, if you have a local con, you have to go and support it, and if you don't, and you complain that you don't have one, well, I'm sorry, it's your fault. That's kind of how promoters look at it.
It's like the Seattle Supersonics.
Exactly. Or, LA Raiders, Oakland Athletics,
Right.
Seattle Supersonics, it's promoters and owners of sports teams. They kind of think of it in the same way, in the same fashion. You know what I mean? And if you're not able to carry the water, you're going to go somewhere else where they can carry the water. It's
Right.
it's that type of thing.
No, we get it. Absolutely. So with all that, it's because we do have a lot we're gonna go through on this, and we're excited for Beaver State. We're gonna be driving up Friday after everybody gets off of work. But yeah, we're super excited for it. Everybody on our team is excited for it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you head over to beaverstatecomiccon.com right now, you can get tickets. You can find out more about the show. Anything else that you want to kind of throw out there in regards to both the show and just anything you want to say?
Yeah, it's I'll throw it out there. It's great with just having you two here, and maybe James can just be in the back working the soundboard. It's because it's he knows I'm giving him a hard time, but no, what I would say is just come out to Beaver State Comic Con. Even if you're don't live in the area, but you really want to see these actors, I'm telling you right now, if you live in California, Washington, whatever, anywhere on the West Coast, I have to tell you, Reb is a good friend of mine, and he told me this is his last West Coast appearance. You will never see him again. This is it for the rest of his life. This is his last West Coast appearance. So if you live in Washington, drive over, fly over, whatever, Jerry, the Beaver, it's a must. So come over, have a great time with us. Buy your tickets online, beaverstatecomiccon.com, $10 on Sunday, $15 on Saturday. It's the cheapest gig in town, and you're going to have huge amount of fun. We still have some excellent exclusive packages. We have a Captain America package. We have the little Beeve package, which is like a kid's Happy Meal with all the convention exclusives inside, which is really cool. And we do a lot for the kids and the fandoms, and and we have a Goku package. It comes with a Funko, an autograph voucher, all that. So a lot of fun things. And we have sword making, shield making, helmet making. We have so much going on. I can't even name it all, but all I will say is just go there and see it all.
Right. Day 2 for everybody who's hasn't checked out the program at 2:00 before the cosplay contest. We're gonna be doing trivia. We're gonna be giving away prizes the way we always do at every show. So guys, come for all of the guests, all of the fun, win some prizes. You're gonna have a great weekend. Come on.
And you know what? You can ask the people who live in Reno and Boise this. If you come and it has a great show, the following year you get better guests. And you've seen that. You've seen that in person. The more that you support it, the bigger guests you're going to get. So if you want to see Sean Gunn in Bend or in Medford or wherever, then you have to come and support it. If you're not going to see Sean Gunn. So come out and have a great time, and be ready for more action.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the more people who show up to the show, the bigger guests you get. So Start
That's
start
it.
tell all your friends, bring them all out. Bring them out, bring them out. Let's do it.
Dave will buy your love,
You know what?
but you got to buy his first.
By who's
No,
first?
no. I'm the one who buys everybody's love, okay?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I was confused.
I give mine away for free.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets now. It is the perfect time to do it. We will see everybody this weekend at Beaver State Comic Con. Dave, we appreciate you coming on and giving us the rundown on Beaver State. You're the greatest, man.
No, I won't say that. But,
Phil got a little, verklempt there for a second.
Sir, you are the GOAT. Okay, it's the truth.
Yes. And well, you know what's happening, Phil, in the future and other things. So it's an exciting year, and people should just come out and just have a good time.
That's right.
And enough said, like Stanley would say.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe we did that together.
It's completely adorable. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Dave, thanks for coming on, man. We will see you this weekend.
Absolutely, guys.
Bye,
Drive
Dave.
safe.
I'll be there in spirit.
You will. You're in my heart. Don't worry about it. All right,
Love
guys.
You, all right,
see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
I'm excited. I really am excited for this entire show, everything that we've got going on, just because the show in general is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was really good. If you guys haven't been paying attention to our feed, all of the interviews from Beaver State Comic Con last year are showing up on our feed right now. So we have dropped 2 episodes. There's another one. There won't be one dropping tomorrow because DN drops tonight for tomorrow. So Thursday we have another episode coming out, and Friday we'll have another episode that are already scheduled to come out. So great interviews. The first one was Tammy Stronach, who was the childlike empress from
oh yeah, I remember you guys getting so excited about that, and you said that she was just like so lovely. And
I re-listened to that episode and I was like, God, it just reminded me of how awesome she is. Oh, look, James is in the chat now. And then this morning,
finally,
I know, right? This morning, just like she is blowing up all over the place. At least in the last year, she has Lizzie Freeman, who has done like so many. Like she did a bunch of anime, but like she just did the Amazing Electric Circus.
I have no idea what that is.
So it's on Netflix now, but I mean it was a YouTube show that just kind of blew up like crazy. And she's the lead on that show. So
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she's blown up, and we talked to her on that. Oh yeah. So all those episodes are coming out now, guys. Be ready for that. Just because we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun this weekend at Beaver State again. Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment here. Shout out to Dave and Colossus Girl. And again, guys, just to keep in mind, everybody who's in the chat right now, remember at the end of the show, I'm giving away a bunch of stuff. Specifically, we're giving away a Lego kit. We're giving away the Black Widow Build-A-Bear. And we may give away some other stuff too. I know, it's so cool. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this. It is now time to start some rumors.
I just feel like we should get banned in Belarus.
We're
Let's not even
right
do
now.
anything over it. I'm just watching Phil.
I'm just
his
having
weird
too much
dance.
Fun. My little Okay. Everybody in the chat right now going, I want stuff. I want to win. Well, guys, continue hanging out with us until the end of the show because we're going to be giving everything away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this. It is now time for all the rumors. And I'm very excited for the stuff we're going to talk about here. So, ready, fight. All right. Legendary is starting to pump up its Street Fighter movie, and Andrew Koji from Bullet Train, Jason Momoa, who was most recently in the Minecraft movie, Noah Centineo from Warfare, and WWE megastar Roman Reigns, who was also in Hobbs and Shaw, are all in talks to star in the upcoming live action film. Andrew Koji, known for Warrior, Bullet Train, and Gangs of London. Momoa is fresh off his billion-dollar box office success, the Minecraft movie, which sure. But now Apple's chief of war, starting August 1st, Dune Messiah and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, who he is going to be Lobo, and I'm so excited for that.
Super excited.
I know Noah Centineo, is it Centennial? Centennial. Recently starred in A24's Intense Warfare and Netflix. Wait a minute. I
The
didn't see the
Recruit.
Netflix ahead of time. I don't know where I put it.
He's also playing He-Man in the
Is
upcoming Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh, he's the one that's playing He-Man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, Roman Reigns, he's a WWE royalty with a presence that could absolutely dominate the screen. He's no stranger to action with roles in Hobbs and Shaw and The Wrong Missy. Momoa is said to be taking on the role of Blanca. It's kind of weird because he's Brazilian, but the electric skin jungle warrior. If this goes through, it's hard not to be curious about how far they'll go with the character's mutated look and wild energy. Deadline also confirms that Koji and Centennial are in talks to lead the film as Ryu and Ken, respectively.
Oh, you
The
think they're
legend
going to have the bandanas?
they better. If they don't, then it's not worth it at all. Like, come on, they need to look. They need to look like their characters, and I don't want to get too much into it, but like there is versions of Street Fighter that are really good. The legendary duo have been the face of the Street Fighter franchise since its inception, known for their rival bromance and devastating Hadouken combos. And the
Rival
latest
bromance.
I know, right? It really is. That's the only way you can describe it. Is like it's a rival bromance. And the
I
latest
love you,
piece.
man. I love you too, but you're my rival.
Well, they trained together under Goken, so I mean, like well, like kind of within that too. Latest piece is that Roman Reigns has landed the role of Akuma, which is kind of a big deal. Ryu and Ken's tragic villain and the murderer of their master Goken, who is also Goken's brother.
What?
Spoilers. Yeah. So tacos
You
on the
just
table.
ruined the whole first movie.
I guess so. Okay. So there's a movie called Shadow. Oh, I think it's called Shadow Fist. It's Street Fighter Shadow Fist, which was on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
That is it's that whole story, and it was really well done. It's the only good Street Fighter movie so far, and it was like a web movie that got onto Hulu later on. Well, tacos on the table. Are these casting rumors a knockout, or specifically knockout? Perfect.
Did you do it already?
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear what it said. Yeah, okay. They're on the table.
They're on the table. You feel like that
Yeah.
that worked, like the casting on that works?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. My only thing with this, my tacos are on the table, which because just Hollywood's gonna Hollywood. Um, I'm cool with Andrew Koji as Ken. Uh, Noah Centineo can fit Ryu or can fit Ken if they make him blonde. My thing is
No,
Jason.
but he is blonde now because of Masters of the Universe. He's blonde in
Oh,
that.
that's right. Which that could make sense. My only thing here, Roman Reigns could be Akuma because you're gonna put him in so much makeup, like he's basically an Oni by the point he's Akuma. Jason Momoa is the only one that I'm kind of off for if he's Blanca.
Well, who would he be if he wasn't Blanca?
That's the only thing is I'm trying to think of that. Like, who would he be? Like, would you put him in all that makeup? And the other thing is, he's supposed to be Brazilian. So, like, kind of what I don't want is for them to do what they did with the first Street Fighter movie, where it's like we're just gonna go and ignore every bit of lore for each of these characters. And it's like these characters have established lore, and if you want to do a good movie, you can do it where you're not completely changing every bit of their backstory.
Yeah, but like who else would he play?
Sack Deadpool
You like
was-
got all deep, and I'm like,
well, no, so Sack Deadpool is saying he could be Vega. I think he could probably pull off a Spaniard. Nash is good for him. I don't know about Guile. He could be a good Nash. Who is another Air Force guy that's like one of Guile's kind of buddies. I also need Dan Hibiki in this. If Dan Hibiki's not in this, we riot. Dan Hibiki is think Ken and Ryu. He's another Satsui no Hado guy, but he wears pink and he never finished his training, so like all of his moves are like terrible. Like he tries to throw a Hadoken and it's very impotent. But you can be a problem with Dan Hibiki if you know how to use him because you can do a lot of close range combos with him.
I stopped listening.
But yes, my tacos are definitely on the table for this. As far as for the three, Jason Momoa, again, he could be Nash. Bison is kind of a stretch, but I mean, I guess you could have him be Bison. If Roman plays Chun-Li, Jason would play Cammy. Can Jason do a British accent and does his ass look good in the leotard? That's all that matters.
His ass looks good in a leotard, but he cannot do a British accent.
that's kind of where we're at. All right, well let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
You're gonna do that one too.
I'm gonna do that one too. Okay, I don't mind doing this.
Oh, and then the next one.
I mean, we can switch off. That's fine. I won't be upset. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot how the melody to this goes. Nothing can stop us now. I think that's what it is.
Oh, is it the "We're having such a good time"? We're having a
No,
lot.
it's from one of the rides.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Nothing
I
can
have no
stop
idea.
us now. I think that's what it is. According to a new rumor, Jon Favreau, the man who's behind, who brought us Iron Man and the Mandalorian, might be developing a Mickey Mouse movie for the studio. Interesting. Favreau has basically become Disney's go-to guy for reviving legacy characters and building billion-dollar franchises. He kicked off the entire MCU with Iron Man, reimagined the Jungle Book into a visually stunning hit, and turned The Lion King into a $1.6 billion global success. And of course, The Mandalorian helped reshape the Star Wars franchise, launching a whole new era of Disney Plus originals. Favreau is also working on a series about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So, Mickey's lesser known predecessor, the guy who really kicked off Disney's entire career, Walt Disney, I mean. So, tacos on the table. Is Mickey making a comeback or on a runaway railway of rumors?
Wow, that tripped you up.
It did. And that's where that song is from. The Nothing Can Stop Us Now is from the Runaway Railway.
Runaway rails.
Runaway Railway. Damn tongue twisters. What do you think?
I'm gonna be real here. My least favorite part of Disney and the whole Disney universe is Mickey Mouse.
Really?
I do not like Mickey Mouse. I'm sure I did as a kid, but I'm over him and Minnie. I think Daisy Duck needs her time in the sun.
Ooh, hot take.
I just can't with Mickey. Bring back Mortimer.
Mortimer Mouse. Oh my God, that they really should bring him back though. Like he was a good antagonist. That's the hot take of the year right there.
I told you I was going to bring the fire.
Oh yeah, you're not my favorite person either.
Look, I have nothing against him. I'm just over him. Talk about like Joker level overrated. Mickey Mouse has that in spades.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. My tacos are on the table mainly just because whether you like it or not, if there's a chance to do a live action Mickey movie, and Disney sees, especially with Bob Iger, they see that they can make $1 billion from this, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So again,
And
whether you
we'll
like
all
it or
go
not,
see it.
we will. We
Ugh.
all will. We're all gonna go watch a live action Mickey Mouse movie.
So I guess my tacos are reluctantly on the table.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and move on here.
I'll do this one.
I was gonna say, do you want to do this one?
Although, wait, which is the next one? Because I want to do that one too. I'll just do both
Sorry,
of them.
just do them both.
All right. Get your tidy whities ready. Peace about to be made. I have not seen the show yet, so I was probably really inappropriate. James Gunn is not holding back when it comes to Peacemaker Season 2. With the DCU getting in full-blown reboot mode, Gunn is making sure Peacemaker thrives in his future DC plans. In a new interview with EW, Gunn shed some light on what fans can expect. Gunn teased the connection of Peacemaker to the great DCU stories they're going to tell. So you've seen what we call the kook. I'm going to say kook. Quantum unfolding chamber in the first season of Peacemaker, and we see more about that technology in Superman.
I'm sure I'm sure it's pronounced cuck. That sounds like a joke that they would make.
The cuck is the center of the story in Peacemaker Season 2. We see a lot of different characters from Superman in the season, including Isabella and Nathan and Sean, who Phil got to interview a couple weeks ago. And then we see a bunch of other characters later on in the season from other parts of the DCU and from Superman. There might even be one really, really, really big cameo near the end of the show. That's right, Crypto. The second season of Peacemaker will premiere on Max on August 21st of 2025. Tacos on the table. Will Jen watch season 1 of Peacemaker before season 2 premieres?
My tacos are off the table. She is not going to watch season 2 at all.
No, remember I turned the leaf on Cena. So
John
I am now even though I can't see him.
Right. No, nobody can see him. That's the whole point.
So really the real talk is on the table is James Gunn setting up Peacemaker to be the cornerstone of the new DCU?
I think just because season 1 is canon and he is going to be messing around with kind of like, dimensions and time and everything like that. I feel like he is kind of setting it up to be what kind of how you take things from the DCEU and bring those things over to the DCU.
Yeah, I can see that. James Gunn can really kind of do whatever the heck he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So he can bring anybody he wants back.
Yeah. And
So,
also the
but I
cameo at the end, I believe, is going to be Crypto, and he's going to fight Eagly.
Oh yeah, I definitely think it's Crypto.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get their money's worth out of that technology that they had to use for Ozo to be Crypto.
Either that, or again, they're going to have like Crypto and Eagly just like bonding as friends.
We're going to find out Eagly's not really from Earth. It's like from some other planet.
He's actually from what's the planet that they're from? Thanagar. He's from Thanagar.
He's the scout.
Yeah, he's like the Thanagarian. He's the Thanagarian equivalent to a dog.
No, he's the Kal-El. He's the Thanagarian Kal.
He's a Thanagarian Kal-El. Even though they're establishing Hot Girl in Superman.
Right? Oh my God! What if like Hot Girl and Eagly just bond the fuck out of each other?
What if they do? But what if it's like a weird bird person thing?
That would be amazing.
I am
Fuck
bird
you,
person.
Tammy.
Yeah, I am bird person.
I am bird person. I am
Oh,
sad.
Sack Deadpool said Eagly's from Daxam.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
If he was Daxamium,
A Daxamite.
yeah. Oh man, that would be good. Yeah, Jason Momoa does Flipper. The big secret on the show: Aquaman will go all the way with the fish on screen.
Oh, the boys already did that.
It's true. The boys already did that. All right. Well, let's move on to the next story here.
I have rumors everywhere. I couldn't even try to do an accent
I
like
have
that.
rumors
So it just,
everywhere.
see, yeah, okay. As the Andor season 2 finale closed the chapter on the Cassian Andor's journey, it left a haunting imprint with that emotional scene showing Bix Colleen cradling a child, left behind to carry the quiet legacy of a man who would never get to meet his own son or daughter. Now, a new rumor suggests Lucasfilm might not be done with her story. There are whispers that Adria Arjona Bix could be making a return in the future Star Wars projects.
Yeah, neither of us can speak tonight. It's great.
You'd think we hadn't been doing it for years.
I know.
Talk is on the table. Will Lucasfilm bring Bix back? Or is this a Poe excuse for a rumor?
That is absolutely terrible. That's the worst pun ever. That's a James joke for sure.
Definitely.
I was just talking with somebody about this probably over the weekend. Because they were talking about, oh yeah, they're gonna do a Andor season 3. We need to know what happened with Bix. They're not doing Andor season 3. I'm throwing that out there now. That is never going to happen. It was always planned for 2 seasons because it leads into the movie. There is no season 3 now. Bix coming back in another series, I was saying that makes sense. You can see Bix coming back, and either her coming back as an older character or her raising her child, their child growing up to be a part of the rebellion. We don't know the child's name. How do we not know? Like we don't know that this isn't a character that grows up to be a character we see in the original trilogy.
That's true.
So that's the thing, is that they could be more intertwined into this, and knowing that your father sacrificed himself for this rebellion uh would make this person go like 10 toes down to be even like more in the resistance. Or maybe they tie it back to the resistance because it is supposed to be like 30-40 years, you know and maybe this is again, what if the baby is a woman or a girl, grows up to be a woman, and ends up being I know that weird syntax there. What if this
You're so
ends up?
awkward tonight. You're
I
just
know it's weird.
awkward.
It is weird. What if the baby grows up to be Laura Dern's character?
That's a thought.
So dad sacrifices himself for this rebellion to start. Daughter sacrifices herself to stop for the resistance to win a turning point in a battle.
No, I like that. I think that's awesome.
Right.
Hmm. Actually, I don't think I want any more Bix. She's happy and content, and she's got her baby.
The thing is the precedent that they've created with Andor is that rebellions aren't happy things, and people are not going to have happy endings within this universe because of imperial fascism.
Well, yeah.
And as
But
much as you want Bix to have a happy ending and just drift off into the sunset, I think eventually her rebel ties and her rebel history is going to catch up with her. As much as you don't want to hear that, as much as most people don't want to hear that, that is the only way to tie a compelling story into it and put more, like, her dying would be something devastating to fans, and that would put um more kind of respect on the admiral's character because she lost both of her parents to this war.
What if she turns into Mara Jade?
And that would be cool, but I mean, it doesn't. They never showed anything about her being force sensitive, so she wouldn't be Mara Jade. Or you're saying the
Maybe she
daughter?
didn't say anything because her boo didn't believe in all that.
Could.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's my theory for the week right here, guys. My theory is, what if their daughter turns out to be? I gotta pull up her name.
I mean, I'd like to see more of the actress. So yeah,
Admiral
more Bix
Holdo.
would be great.
Admiral Holdo.
Oh yeah, Hulda.
Yeah. So what if they had a daughter, or like, say, even in this, it's almost like the Leia story, right? Where, you know, instead of her being hidden from the Empire, her parents are both killed. Her dad sacrificed himself. We would say Bix dies in a raid, and she gets adopted by the Holdo family, and she becomes an admiral.
Yeah, that could be it.
So Vice Admiral Holdo, who sacrificed herself uh in, probably, as much as people hated the movie, one of the most badass scenes to go out in, going light speed into a mega star destroyer
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
damage it. That is, I'm sorry, like, whether you liked Admiral Holdo or not, that is one of the most badass ways to go out, is fucking kamikaze at light speed.
yeah. That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
That's like a bitch boss move
yeah, absolutely. So that's
or
my
boss
theory right
bitch
now,
move.
is that their child ends up becoming Admiral Holdo.
There you go. You
And
heard it here first, everybody.
that's one of those things where, you know how, like, Clone Wars adds context to the prequels, and now everybody loves the prequels.
You
It's gonna
just
be,
add context randomly.
yeah, you just added context to Holdo, and now she's even more of a compelling character. So that
S-
sacrifice is even more meaningful.
Sprinkle that shit everywhere.
Exactly. So let's move on to the next story here. We're gonna jump into some Marvel rumors, guys, because Marvel has a couple of different things that are brewing about within the universe right now. The tacos, they are a tingling, because, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Holland's Spider-Man brand new day is shaping up to be way more than just a solo Spidey outing. While early rumors flew around about wild team ups like Spider Man and the Punisher taking on the Hulk, one part of that fan fiction sounding trio may actually be coming true. The latest rumors say that Mark Ruffalo is set to return as Bruce Banner and be more than just a cameo. Filming kicks off this July in London, and Spider Man Brand New Day swings into theaters July 31st, 2026.
Hmm.
Pretty intense stuff right there. One cap combo coming right up. A new rumor claims that the team led by Sam Wilson, let me change the screen, uh, will be Joaquin Torres, Carol Danvers, Bruce Banner, Wong, and Shang-Chi. They're officially on this team up, with She-Hulk likely to join them. So a lot of people may be upset about that. They may like or not like this. It's an OP team because Carol Danvers is part of it too. So I mean,
Yeah.
she's kind of a she's problematic in the way that she is OP as hell.
Well,
Uh,
and they'll also have two Hulks.
and we also would have two Hulks in this. That's right. because it would be Bruce and Jennifer. So that'd be
Hmm.
just all bad. Of course, we have a Jennifer on our team that is also a Hulk and will destroy everybody's lives. Right, Jen?
I prefer to say rebuild your lives.
Okay, I'll go with that. And then on to some stolen taco news. A Marvel fan managed to break onto the Avengers Doomsday set at Pinewood Studios in the UK. It has since been revealed that he's been hit with a formal warning from Marvel Studios, so we won't expect to see him breaking into any more movie sets anytime soon. The biggest reveal is that there are scenes being shot in Madripoor. I
Ooh.
know. So, guys, tacos on the table. We've got 3 here. Does Spidey like green tacos? Is Cap making his own combo platter of an Avengers team? And will they serve any tacos in Madripoor?
I feel like that should have been chimichangas.
That's only if Wade is there,
Why wouldn't he be?
because they've already said that, or Ryan Reynolds said that Wade's not going to be a part of the Avengers. That's when they're trying to get like end the franchise, is when they put Wade on the Avengers.
Nerd. So, okay. So here's what I'm going to say.
Mhm.
They don't need to bring an OG Avenger into another Spider-Man movie. They really don't. It feels like to me that when you do stuff like that, that the creatives have lost control. And it's all about corporate. I don't like that. Spider-Man can stand on his own.
Right.
He doesn't need a big green guy coming over.
I also feel like Sony and Marvel together, the way they're going to look at it is this is another team up event. This is a way for them to do another Avengers level movie, and do a team up. So, as much as I'm on the side with you where I don't feel like he needs a team up. It's always going to be about how much money can they make, and they know that they can make money on team ups, so they're going to do them more. Um,
Yeah.
they've been following this formula since Ragnarok. Is they realize that you can do multiple characters in a movie without them stepping on each other's toes, uh but like oversaturating characters, and they really did it in the last Spider-Man movie, because you get 3 Spider-Man in the movie and the fans eat it up. This is again, remember, I always talk about Hollywood learns the wrong lessons from movies.
Oh, I mean, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, they learn
I
the
know
wrong
it's going to
lessons from
happen.
movies. Right.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It's like we enjoyed having the older Spider-Man come into the movie and wrap up ties, but we don't really need that
Mhm.
again.
No, yeah,
You
we
know,
don't.
yeah, all it did was wrap up their corresponding storylines, and that gave a level of satisfaction to the fans. We don't need another multiple Spider-Man team up, right? We don't
Now,
need.
Daredevil.
I mean, Daredevil can. Daredevil, I'm okay with if you are doing the defenders and street level team up characters and stuff like that. Like when you're doing ground level team ups, but it's not overshadowing one character or the other. Like that's kind of why I still want Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Heroes for Hire, you have 2 lead characters that are, you know, in their respective comics. Like I wouldn't mind a Hawkeye and Deadpool because that comic was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
Okay, we've gotten way off topic.
we have. So the next big thing is Cap making his combo. I do think that makes sense for a team led by Sam Wilson. My only thing is, I don't think Sam is going to lead that team as much as I think Sam needs a team to lead. If Carol's on that team, Carol is leading that team, and it's mainly because if you get into Civil War 2, Carol Danvers leads that team.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at it as well. And then like Wong, he's Sorcerer Supreme, so he would want to think he's leading as well. So there's a lot of leaders in that.
There would be a big power struggle between Carol. I don't think Wong would do that. I think Wong kind of just like he would be the voice of reason more than anything.
While he was raiding the fridge.
Yeah, because I feel like Carol and Sam would probably be going at it. Sam would be like super snarky. Carol would be like, "Well, I have the experience. I'm the leader," because
Like, how many
I hate to
galaxies
put it
have you
this way.
saved?
I hate to put it this way, but Carol is a little cocky.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and she is going to be more on the level of, "No, I'm the leader," and trying to take that out of Sam's hands. And Sam would kind of back down, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the Avenger, like Sam's Avengers, until maybe the end of Doomsday.
Yeah, and again, like if this team is true, then again, I think Carol's the one that's leading the team because she's not going to take direction from Sam Wilson.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, my tacos are off the table for this.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing is going to be Madripoor. Madripoor makes sense. Madripoor makes all the sense.
Oh,
Just because,
definitely.
yeah, it's another place within the Marvel comic universe where major things happen.
Yeah, my tacos are on the table for this.
Yeah, 100%.
I could absolutely see this being in there.
Yeah, especially because they're doing that pivot to mutants. Madripoor makes all the sense.
Well, and it's not the first time we've seen it in the MCU either.
Right.
Because of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
Right. We'll probably see the Power Broker in this too.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, because we haven't seen her since Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So,
and Zemo's still dancing in the club.
Yeah. Well, Zemo is supposed to be leading a team of his own too, so that's going to be interesting to see Baron Zemo come back, and he's going to be rocking that purple mask again.
The Zemonites.
The Zemonites. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for rumors. So we are going to jump into the news because we've got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, where's my button? Without super further delay, because I've already been delaying everything to begin with.
He knows how to stretch.
Right. Let's jump into the download.
You know how to stretch so well.
I love that it I love that it did not let me bounce off of that. It was like, nope, we're freezing it here. Like, thank you, computer. That's great. Oh man. Well, before we get into all the craziness and all this, Jen is the mastermind and the ringleader of crazy crap that we have to talk about. So Jen, let's jump into your corner here. It's time for the casting cachet.
Well, before we do that, for more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know what you're nerding out on.
That's right. Guys, anything you are nerding out on, if there is a particular story you want us to talk about, let us know. Nerdington Post is a good place, but also on all the social media. Of course, you can always send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com.
Wow, you went off on that too.
Yep.
So we got a little bit of casting, but we peppered in some spicy casting throughout the show, like little Easter eggs. Yeah, I said it. Joey King's brewing up some magic alongside Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. The Practical Magic sequel is shaping up like a spellbinding family reunion. Kidman and Bullock are back as the Owen sisters, proving that love curses and great casting run deep. King, if her deal closes, will play Kidman's daughter, officially extending the Owens legacy of enchanted mishaps and heartbreak. So someone get the midnight margaritas ready. The hangover is gonna be a witch.
Oh yeah.
I could see that. She looks a lot like Nicole Kidman,
She does
in my
actually.
opinion. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. She 100% looks very Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. And I loved that. I loved the book and I loved the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, Okay, so let's move along. The Fire Nation's plans are heating up, but Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender
Oh, found it.
just countered with a casting lineup that's ready to bend expectations.
Okay.
Okay. So basically I'm going to go through this lineup.
Okay.
Just kind of tell you who they're playing as well. Madison Who as Faye.
Faye.
A rebel with a cause and probably a few sarcastic one-liners.
Okay.
Daishin Lockman as Yang Chen, a legendary air nomad avatar who'd politely wreck you in a debate. I don't know if these are correct or not.
No, I'm remembering these characters as you talk about them.
Okay. Dolly DeLeon as Lo and Lee, two Fire Nation elders who speak in eerie unison and judge people professionally.
Oh, Lo and Lai are they advise Azula. Oh, dude, they're creepy.
Lily Gao as Ursa,
Ooh.
Zuko's mother who mysteriously vanishes and is definitely keeping receipts. Terry Chen as Yang Yang, a rogue firebender with major "I quit the system" energy.
Yeah,
I don't know where I got that little thing from.
I wonder if he's gonna run around shirtless like he does in the cartoon.
Probably. John Briones as Pianado.
Oh,
I
Pianda.
don't know. A master. Okay. Oh, I don't know who that is. A master swordsman who could probably carve a turkey with a single swipe.
He ends up being Sokka's like master.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tantu Cardinal as Hama.
Ooh, Hama. Yes.
Yeah. A waterbender with a dark secret and trust issues. Season 2 is wrapped, and with season 3 already in motion, the cast is growing faster than Earthbender's rock wall defense. Are you feeling good about these additions?
I am. I am. I'm happy that they're bringing some of these characters back from the animated series, because I'm always skeptical when they go live action. Like, are they going to get rid of characters?
Yeah.
Are they
Or
bringing
merge characters?
right? And it seems like they are kind of bringing in some of the I won't say weirder characters, but like some of the characters that are kind of like darker in some places, and some of the comedic relief. Like Zhang Zhang is very comedic relief. Hama is kind of a dark character. Lo and Lai are creepy as hell. Like just yeah, some of the stuff that they're bringing into this is gonna be great.
I
Oh,
remember Hama.
Yeah, and then Faye. I want to say that that Katara ends up having a crush on him, and she ends up finding out that he's like he's not a good guy.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that whole the whole storyline.
Yeah, Faye, the way they wrote his character was really good, because he's like really cocky and he's just kind of like, yeah, I'm best at what I do and I'm a thief and all this other stuff. Then you find out that like he like turns in people, and yeah, like he basically is turning people in from to the Fire Nation. Like he's almost like a Fire Nation spy.
Yeah. He's a sympathizer.
Yeah, kind of. Especially like in the Earth Kingdom, that's terrible.
Oh yeah, that's how dare you.
Right.
Okay, moving on. Casting Revelio. I'm sorry.
Revelio.
It wasn't my best subject.
It's okay.
HBO has officially unveiled the fresh faces stepping into the legendary roles of Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Dominic McLaughlin will yield the wand as Harry Potter. Arabella Stanton brings her brilliance to Hermione Granger. And Alistair Stout completes the trio as Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
Swish, flick, and a dash of trouble. Hogwarts' new trio is ready to turn mischief into magic.
I'm excited.
I wanted to go wholesome with that.
No, it's good. They absolutely look like troublemaking adorable kids. So this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, Marauder's map should be shaken in its parchment.
Right? Mischief managed.
There's not going to be any mischief managed with those three.
They almost look like they could have been characters in what's the one that Liam really likes?
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. They almost look like
I was going to say that. I was like, that trio right there gives me Percy Jackson vibes.
They absolutely do, especially like with the way that they're crouched right there. They just look like they're ready to go and cause ancient Greek mischief.
Yeah. Go fight some harpies.
Yeah.
Well, all right, so hey, Phil.
So.
Hey, Phil.
What's up?
Did you want to talk about the giveaways? Because we got giveaways, people.
We will have giveaways, but we got merch, people. We're gonna get to that. We still got some news to get through here, and then as soon as the news is done, we got some giveaways, guys. So keep on holding tight.
We're getting closer.
I'm very excited for this, guys. I'm very excited to give these things away and hook everybody up here. I've got to get the wheel ready here in a minute, but let's jump into the news before we start getting into all this.
Chill it down a little.
Yeah.
You want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay. We will always have a seat at the bar for Norm. George Wendt, the man who brought Norm Peterson to life and made us all feel like regulars at Cheers, has passed away. He died peacefully in his sleep at home. He was 76. So young.
Yeah.
From 1982 to 1993, Wendt played Norm across all 275 episodes of Cheers. Wendt was nominated 6 times for an Emmy for playing Norm, but never took one home. And Norm didn't end with Cheers. He popped up in Frasier, The Simpsons, Wings, Family Guy, and more. He was like the comedy's universe's connective tissue. He made appearances on MASH, Taxi, Soap, Alice, and reoccurring sketches on SNL like Da Bears.
Da Bears!
Outside of comedy, Wendt had a solid Broadway run too with Art, Hairspray, Elf, and Breakfast at Tiffany's. Cheers to Norm, bigger cheers to George Wendt. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
Your delivery is going to make me cry, Jen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be.
I know.
Respectful.
Everybody in the chat is saying it, but yes, rest in peace, Norm. Everybody raise a glass for Norm. If you don't have a beer to drink for Norm, then go get one.
I don't think we have any beer in the house.
We'll drink something. Yeah.
You can't, they always say you can't toast with water.
Yeah. Rest in peace, George Wendt. Just all the laughs and everything that he contributed to comedy over the years. You will be missed.
Yeah, I bet Jason's really sad.
Yeah. Sad.
Did someone
Uh,
say beer? I
someone say
guess we're
beer.
over it now.
Yeah, let's move on to the next story here and just kind of get off the depressing foot because I will stay depressed if we do. Looks like the pizza is late for these turtles. Paramount Pictures has officially pushed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2 all the way to September 17th, 2027. That's nearly a full year past its original October 2026 date. Whack. Because the first one's actually really good.
Well, I kind of feel like now that they're not well, now that the animation has been exposed for, doing them. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Let's just forget I said anything because I don't think I said anything.
It's all okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
That George Wendt thing did affect me a little bit more than I thought, I guess.
Yeah.
Alex Garland is stepping into the lands between. Oh, great. I got the Elden Ring thing. A24 and Bandai Namco have confirmed that Garland, known for Ex Machina, Annihilation, and most recently Warfare, will direct and write the upcoming live action adaptation of Elden Ring. Yeah. Elden Ring is the awesome, beautifully made, genre defying 2022 action RPG that combined the creativity of Hidetaka Miyazaki
Mm-hmm.
with the fantasy myth weaving talents of George R.R. Martin. The result was a dark fantasy world crawling with grotesque monsters, twisted lore, and enough player deaths to form a religion.
Yeah.
Well, let me read that again. Enough player deaths to form a religion. Okay. On May 30th, Elden Ring Night Rain drops, which is an intense cooperative experience built around navigating punishing scenarios. Then later this year, the Elden Ring Tarnished Edition arrives for the Nintendo Switch 2. No release date for the film has been announced yet. I know nothing about Elden Ring.
Elden
Not one
Ring.
thing.
I've watched game streams, so I have not played Elden Ring myself. I'm also not a Souls guy. I tried to play the first Dark Souls, and it frustrated the hell out of me. And I was just like, I'm not going to torture myself with this. So I'm not a Dark Souls, Bloodborne guy, all that kind of stuff, which is all. Um, those are all Miyazaki games.
Yeah.
So it's I've watched other people play it though, and it's an interesting game. It is very beautiful. What I'm hoping for is the route that he goes within this is more of a something that lives in the universe of Elden Ring and isn't just a scene for scene copy. Like go the route of Fallout.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. Yeah. That might be a really cool take on it, too.
Yeah.
I would
Especially
like
with the
that.
way that the game, the way Elden Ring plays, like go into the history lore and like leave the game alone. Just like go into the lore, like do make a movie about like the history that lives within Elden Ring.
I could see that. I mean, I,
Hmm.
I do think that the lore is really cool, but isn't it like an open world, like
It's an open world,
RPG multiplayer thing?
right? And that's the other thing. Jr. is throwing out there right now. It is written by George R. R. Martin, so I mean, it is kind of set up in a way where you can make it a film, right? But the thing is
Yeah.
again, go into more of the old school lore and when I say old school lore, like not because the game's not old school, but like go into the history, like make a film about kind of everything that shapes the world that they're in and play and tell a story that lives within that universe rather than going and rehashing stories that have already been told in the games.
Yeah, I think those movies tend to do better,
Right.
or TV series, I guess.
Yeah, because you capture the fans more. It's like, oh, you're gonna go deeper into the lore, and I'm gonna go watch this movie that is a good movie in its own right, but also fits within the universe of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, JR is saying that too.
Yeah, expand the universe,
Expand the
flesh out more
universe.
stories. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I feel like they need to do with this.
absolutely. Do you want to read the next one? I know I tagged myself for it, but you can if you'd like.
No worries. I know you've got a hot take for this one, so we'll jump into this next story here. Uh, the Dark One wins this turning of the wheel. God, that's on point. Amazon Prime Video has officially pulled the plug on the Wheel of Time after 3 seasons. The ambitious adaptation of Robert Jordan's sprawling fantasy epic, which had become a cornerstone of the platform's genre programming, won't be moving forward beyond its already filmed 3rd season. News of the cancellation comes just months after it was reported that iWatch Studios is developing a video game. Between the upcoming video game and the still untapped wealth of source material, the Wheel of Time may spin again, but not on Amazon Prime Video.
I am so mad about this.
Yeah,
Like, the show was just getting back on track towards the book,
right. And I
and
know
the
you were
things
talking
that
about
they
that.
did this season with Ruidian, it was just amazing. I and then they did the whole Elaine and I never remember her name. The IEL girl that always gives Rand a hard time.
Okay.
She and Elaine having their like little tryst is, I mean, it's not really mentioned in the books, but I could see where it would be interpreted that way.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to see where they went with that.
Yeah. I mean, so the season 3 is already
And we'll
aired,
never
right?
know what happens to Perrin.
Well, I'm saying season 3 is already aired, right?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah. So I mean, again, iWatch Studios is developing a game. So I mean, I don't know. It may not be your platform, but I mean that if they're doing a game, they're probably going to like expand on the story.
Well, and
Um,
I have no problem with that. I'll play that game,
mhm. As long
but
as
I
it's,
mhm. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say as long as it's like Game of Thrones just came out with a new game that's actually like it seems interesting. The Lord of the Rings games that I played on stream, those were good games. Like if you go the route of that and focus on the story, I think those games could be fairly successful.
I just feel like they didn't give this show enough of a chance.
I hear you on that. Yeah, and again, I think they just didn't have the viewership they wanted with it.
And they also canceled like the Kevin Bacon show that was doing so well.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Something horses.
I thought it was like Badlands or something.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, the brand new one.
Okay, okay, no, because he had another show on Amazon a while back. Amazon does this thing, so they put out pilots. They'll put out like a pilot show,
Hmm.
right? So they'll do like a season of a show, and if it's they usually do like 3 different shows. They'll put a single season, and if it's popular, then they'll renew it, right?
Right.
And especially like during pilot season, they'll do that. That was like one of their big things that they did. Um, and I think just with Wheel of Time, they just didn't have the numbers they wanted with it. I think the Badlands show, as good as that's supposed to be, I think it's based on a comic too. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that the same thing. It's just not getting the numbers they want.
I mean, the Wheel of Time is a really complicated story.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a really complicated story.
The way they're
But
looking
they
at
were
it,
doing a good job with it.
if it's not Fallout or The Expanse, they don't want it.
Well, because Game of Thrones is dead now. So they
Yeah.
don't want that anymore.
Well, they want their equivalent to Game of Thrones, is what it is.
Let's just chase the thing that's happening right now.
Right, meow.
Right, meow.
Right, meow. So yeah, as much as this sucks, let's move on to the next story here.
Netflix has won again. In a major bidding war among the streamers, Netflix has landed the upcoming series adaptation of The Secret of the Secrets from author Dan Brown
Oh God, Dan
and
Brown.
showrunner Carlton Cuse. It's actually Cuse, not Cruz. The untitled drama is set in the world of Brown's anticipated mystery thriller novel, The Secret of the Secrets, the sixth book in his series about Harvard professor of symbology, Robert Langdon. In announcing the publishing date, Brown called The Secret of the Secrets by far the most intricately plotted and ambitious book that I have ever written. And I also happen to think that it's the most fun. He does.
Shut up and take my money.
So I do have a synopsis.
We got a synopsis. Let's do it.
The Da Vinci follow code follow-up opsis. More of Tom Hanks with luscious locks synopsis.
Jesus. The Da Vinci follow code follow-up synopsis. More of Tom Hanks with luscious locks synopsis.
Synopsis.
In it, symbologist Robert Langdon races against ancient forces and time to rescue a missing scientist and her groundbreaking manuscript, whose discoveries may have the power to forever change humanity's understanding of the mind. The series adaptation will blend futuristic science with mystical lore, delivering on the heart-pounding suspense and international intrigue that has made the Langdon stories a global phenomenon. The Secret of the Secrets.
Secret of the Secret.
Novel is set for September 9th release. It's still a secret when the series will hit Netflix.
I'm sorry. I mean, it sounds interesting enough. I'm probably gonna watch it once it's on Netflix.
I really need to get Netflix again. I've been without it so long. I kind of feel like I don't want it back.
Yeah.
It's like me stopping drinking soda.
There are shows where it's like, I keep Netflix around for it, but I'm not happy that I have to like keep Netflix because it gets more and
Right.
more expensive.
No, I totally get it. Like
Mhm.
I just I want to see what it's about first, and then I will,
Yeah.
probably watch it.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the next story here. So let's
Or
get
it's a
into
secret.
secret. Let's get into this weekend, guys. Movies are back thanks to a senior citizen doing stunts and being cute and fluffy. Disney's live-action redo of Lilo and Stitch and Tom Cruise's final mission, Impossible movie. I don't know why I said it that way.
I don't know why you said it that way either.
Because I wanted to say Final Mission, Impossible. Movie from Paramount and Skydance fueled the biggest Memorial Day weekend of all time. Lilo and Stitch blew away all expectations with a record-smashing 4-day domestic debut of $192.7 million and a jaw-dropping $361.3 million globally, which,
wow,
for those who don't know, actually beat out its original opening of the original movie.
The animated version?
Animated movie, yeah.
Wow.
And Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning opened to the series' best, 79 million domestic and a franchise high of 191 million globally. Fun fact, this is the first time Tom Cruise went head-to-head with Stitch. The Steven Spielberg directed The Minority Report was in a dead heat with the original animated Lilo and Stitch when they opened opposite of each other in June of 2002. Minority Report prevailed by a blue, fluffy hair.
Cute and
So it's probably
fluffy.
this isn't the first time.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to go see in theaters this summer? I'll let you guys know. I'm going to go see Lilo and Stitch.
I kind of want to see it.
I
And
haven't seen the
I
last.
refuse to watch the Mission Impossible movies in the
I
theater.
haven't seen the last 3 Mission Impossible movies. So like I wouldn't go see Mission Impossible Final Reckoning right now just because I haven't seen the other 2. Whereas
Mhm.
Lilo and Stitch, I mean, after the trailers came out and seeing like the way it is, Stitch is freaking adorable. And I love they're doing the same exact marketing they did with the first Lilo and Stitch movie where he's just like infiltrating other movies and just messing with people.
Yeah,
And
that
it's like,
was really cute too.
yeah, like that marketing was amazing. And it's like they're doing the same thing. Uh Matt in the chat saying, Stitch is awesome. We're going to go see it again. Also, that popcorn bucket was worth every penny. And then Cam said, I saw it Friday when it came out. We all know Cam is a big Lilo and Stitch fan. So he cosplays a Stitch.
That's so cute. You know, I actually watched the animated version.
Did you? It's good, right?
It was really cute. I do love Stitch, and of course wanted to adopt him immediately.
I mean, Stitch is the only reason you watch that movie is because he's so chaotic, but he's so just adorable and funny at the same time.
It's like you're talking about me.
I know, right? Just like you're adorable and chaotic. Again, like just,
And I tend to destroy things.
right. Blue punch buggy.
Oh,
The-
my family.
the scene, the best scene. Oh, they said Girl Mode said that would be a good crossover, Mission Impossible and Stitch.
What would their double feature name be?
Mission and Stitchable.
How about Stitch Possible?
Stitch Possible. It's like Kim Possible. Also,
Yeah.
no, so like one of my favorite things, like gags from that is him and Jumba throwing the bomb at each other. Happy birthday! It's not my birthday.
That's just like that.
Merry Christmas.
You know, it'd be a great crossover.
Huh.
Stitch and Deadpool.
I'm sure that somebody has done that somewhere.
I mean, I'm just saying, let's make it happen.
Yeah, there's a Deadpool and Boba Fett crossover that's absolutely hilarious, and they like infiltrate Disneyland and start like beating up everybody.
Did Deadpool ever like team up with or fight against Daredevil?
He fought Daredevil.
He fought Daredevil.
There's a very famous panel where they're fighting and Matt uses his senses and the joke, like, you know, all over like everywhere on the internet was we finally found out what's in Deadpool's life pockets, right? And it's because Matt Murdock uses sonar, like his ability to like look into his pockets, and it's basically like half-eaten burritos and like moldy tacos.
That's hilarious. No chimichangas though.
No, because he doesn't like chimichangas. He just likes the word.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's move on into the next story here. I know you're excited about this, Jen.
I just wanted to do the transition. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot. I was just excited about the story. Jessica Jones is back. So dust those black leather jackets off. Set photos from Daredevil Born Again 2 Season 2 just dropped, giving us our first look at Kristen Ritter reprising her role as the hard-boiled PI. More like alcohol drenched.
Yeah.
As you'll see, she's still rocking the classic leather jacket and jeans combo. These new shots show Ritter filming alongside Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock, who's suited up in a sleek black Daredevil costume emblazoned with the red DD logo. All the rage this year. at Fashion Week.
Right.
Ritter
Him
previously
him
shared in
wearing a comic book accurate costume.
right, yeah. Ritter previously shared in a statement, "It's so great to be back, returning to Jessica after 3 seasons and the Defenders, and now joining the MCU. I'm so excited to bring back this iconic character, and without giving too much away, there is a much more in store for Jessica Jones. This is gonna be an incredible season." That's
I'm
by
ex-
Christian Ritter.
That's your Kristen Ritter. I'm excited for this just because again, I wanted the Defenders back. I really want the Defenders to show back up in this universe and just, they were much better characters than they got credit for. They did get a lot. I mean, the only person who was kind of the outlier was Danny Rand, but I mean, that had more to do with directing and the way the showrunner ran the show rather than it being an issue with Danny Rand himself.
But speaking of Defenders, according to a new rumor, both Luke Cage and Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist, may appear in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which will reunite most of the Defenders lineup under the Marvel Studios banner. Marvel is rumored to be lining up a legacy style passing of the torch of Danny Rand, potentially training a new Iron Fist. The second season of Daredevil Born Again is expected to hit Disney Plus in March of 2026.
I wonder if, since they're going that route, if they're gonna ignore the fact that technically Jessica is the new Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah. You're
You
talking
know,
about what is her name?
Daughters of the Dragon.
Cassie? No. Christy?
No.
Somebody tell us
Colleen
who.
Wing. Colleen Wing.
Colleen Wing. That's yeah. Jessica Hinswich.
Right.
I think Hinswick. No, Hinswick.
Henswick.
She played Colleen.
Right. So like technically Colleen Wing is the Iron Fist at the end of that season. So it's like I wonder if they go that route where he is training her to be Iron Fist. They just like pick up on that. Or if they're going the route of listening to all the fans complaining about how he should be Asian and he's
Which
just
is
training the next
not
Iron
the point of
Fist.
the character, but okay.
Yeah, I mean it's like Batman. It's basically it's a guy with a bunch of privilege, like a rich white guy with a bunch of privilege that has to humble himself and becomes humbled by this experience he has becoming Iron Fist.
Right.
I mean it's there's going to be a lot of pressure for people to do that. Again, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, with them going that route. I I feel like they should give him another chance, um, with better show running and better direction.
No, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him take up the role again
He's a good
and be the
actor.
true Iron Fist.
He's a good actor. The issue is that they decided that because they wanted to save money, that they didn't want to give him actual martial arts training and they didn't want to use a stuntman. So it's like, how are you supposed to be the greatest martial artist in the world, but the showrunner decided we don't want to show him how to be a martial artist because we don't want to pay for that, and we also don't want to use a stuntman because we don't want to pay for that.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like that's what ruined the show was they just decided not to do what they did with Daredevil. Where like Daredevil is that most of it's Charlie Cox doing his own stunts, but when it comes to the fighting stuff, there's always some kind of cut where his stuntman is fighting with a mask on.
Yeah, I mean that's the point.
Yeah.
The whole we're not going to put him in a mask and everything. I was like,
That was
"You're
also something that was dumb. It's like, okay, so you're not gonna put the signature mask on Danny Rand? Like,
like part of the reason he's called Iron Fist."
right.
Ugh.
So I mean, like again, I wouldn't mind them allowing him to be Iron Fist again, but like doing it in a way where he gets his just due and he's able to play the character.
James's take on this is my favorite.
Yeah, your mic sounds much better. Jeez, man.
And on that note,
Wait
my
to
vision
drop
seems to be.
I would say
What?
way to drop the ball, James.
My vision seems a little blurry.
Yeah, so is mine. Marvel seems to have a vision for the future though. Marvel Studios' Vision Quest series is finally coming into focus, and now we know exactly when it's taking place in the MCU timeline. Showrunner Terry Matalas, best known for his work on 12 Monkeys and the final season of Star Trek Picard, recently shared new details about Vision Quest's creative direction. Matalas confirmed that most fans had assumed Vision Quest picks up directly after WandaVision's ending, following White Vision as he tries to piece himself back together mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. We have an opsis if you want to,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
introduce
I'll
me
do
into
the
that.
opsis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sort of an unofficial synopsis. Opsis. It's more of a blurry vision synopsis.
It's very robotic. I see what you did there. Sort of an unofficial synopsis. It's more of a blurry vision synopsis.
Synopsis.
The series will move forward with a Vision who remembers everything but feels nothing. This also
Like
sets up
me.
this also sets up storylines for rumors of Ultron, Jocasta, and Tommy Maximoff playing major roles.
Tommy?
Tommy.
That's awesome.
This is this should be good. I mean, especially if they follow Vision Quest. Vision Quest was a event comic that was really good. And again, like I really want it to go into that deep dark territory of Vision creating his own family and creating kind of like robots of everybody on that. Like I want to see him go full unhinged.
I think it's all going to be in his mind.
That could be interesting too.
Because that's someplace that, like, we've seen him as like an orbish hologram type thing. And then we've seen him in a corporeal body.
Right.
So we really haven't explored how his brain works.
That'd be
Because he's trying to be
interesting, too.
human,
Right.
but he's really not human. And so I think he has to confront that part of him before he can get back to his humanity.
It'd be interesting to see Vision Vision be confronted by a visual representation of Jarvis.
Yeah, that could be it. And it could be played by the guy that played Jarvis in the Peggy Carter series and in the Avengers Endgame.
Right, because he could be like, "Who are you?" And then like it's, "I'm who you think you are."
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like
he would be
him.
the humanity of him.
Right. Well, it's him coming to terms with that. Jarvis was a real person, and that he was named after the guy that basically helped Tony's dad like do everything.
Yeah, and helped raise Tony.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think it would be really cool. But I do think it's all going to be in his mind.
That's an interesting take.
So
let's go ahead and move on to this next story here.
That's you, buddy.
Oh, well, Jocasta, you say? One of the most intriguing additions to the cast of Vision Quest is the fall of the House of Usher standout Tania Miller has signed on to play Jocasta. According to Deadline, Miller is believed to be one of the series leads, starring opposite Paul Bettany, who returns as the synthezoid Vision. Originally introduced in 1977's Avengers number 162, Jocasta was created by Ultron as a robotic companion modeled on the brain patterns of Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp. Spoiler alert, in the comics, Jocasta ultimately rebels against her programming and sides with the Avengers, later struggling with her own identity and even attempting to become more human. The inclusion of James Spader in the cast, reprising his role as Ultron, adds even more weight to to this storyline. Vision Quest is set to debut on Disney Plus sometime in 2026. Uh, it is interesting because if Vision is creating this entire um like if he's doing like an opposite WandaVision thing where he's creating like this these people that are around him and whatnot. The
Mhm.
rumor was that James Spader is coming back as a human version of Ultron,
Oh.
which means if James Spader comes back as a human version of Ultron, that would mean that Jocasta would come in and be his wife.
Yeah.
If it is based on the character from the comics.
And I don't see why it wouldn't be, especially introducing them in something like this.
Right. And then later on towards the end of the series, it comes out of the vision that he has, quote unquote. And it turns out like the villain really is Ultron, and it's like, his AI has it's spun out, created its own body, and it created Jocasta.
That would be really interesting.
Hmm.
I like that. I still want it to be in his brain.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the majority of it would be in his brain, but it would be like Ultron is infiltrating his mind.
That would be really cool. Like Ultron gets a hold of him,
Right.
and then and they're just playing it out.
Yeah. It's like almost like a hack, almost like Ultron hacks into Vision's mind and
Oh, that would be amazing.
is like projecting himself and Jocasta into his head.
Well, I was going to ask a question about this.
Hmm.
So, do you think it's going to be the weakest of the Westview trilogy?
Do I think it'd be the weakest of the Westview trilogy? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to call because like obviously everybody loved WandaVision. Agatha all along was good. I wouldn't say it was like weaker. I mean, it's pretty up there. I don't know if I would say it was better than WandaVision, but I mean like it was definitely like pretty high up in levels. Um,
I felt like it was a good second chapter
yeah,
because those always do tend to be a little darker.
yeah, and I mean like if they're going Vision Quest into this, like you do almost something similar to WandaVision, but rather than it being like, okay, a different era, like TV era, it's all like, okay, everybody that is in like maybe the first two episodes are like real people,
Yeah. Yeah.
and again, it's like all in his head, right? So like everything is like, this is my vision of perfection, and he has created, because in the comics he creates synthezoids, he creates a robot that basically is a stand-in for Wanda, as a stand-in for his kids. So that's why I was thinking like, if they do that, if they go that route, then he's also creating stand-ins for Ultron and Jocasta being like his friends. These are like the
Well, yeah,
neighbors,
because you have to have friends
right?
if you're human.
But like going the route that you're going on it, where it would be uh they're projecting themselves into his head, right? And he has like these creations in his head, kind of how Agatha projected herself into Wanda's universe.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the route that I think that would be an interesting route to go, and kind of like a welcome change from the comic.
Yeah, but they probably won't do it.
You never know. You never know. It's very famous, and we know this now because we've seen it all through the MCU. But Kevin Feige watches our show.
That is true.
Yeah,
Kev does watch.
yeah. The KEV, he watches the show, and he usually takes our ideas. So you are more than welcome to
The
take this idea.
KEV is down with DNP.
Exactly. He's down with DP.
distance nerding podcast.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, but I mean, like, Kev, just tell Terry Matalis to come and watch this show and steal all of our ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah. If we do end up seeing our ideas on that show, we're gonna have to, like, okay, dude, you really did watch the show. Are you gonna come on for an interview? What the fuck?
Right. All we require as payment for not to sue you is to come on our show.
Is you just come on and spill the tea on the show. All right, well, let's move on to this last story before we get into giving away all these prizes, because I've got Lego and Build-A-Bear to give away.
Absolutely. And we're going to not do the dance party because we're doing the giveaways.
That's right.
So we'll wrap everything up and do the giveaways.
That's right.
So let's go through this really quick. This should go quick because it's just date changes. Okay, so Marvel bad news. Marvel Studios has officially pushed back the release dates for its next 2 Avengers tentpoles. Naughty. Avengers Doomsday will now hit theaters on December 18th, 2026, while Avengers Secret Wars has been bumped to December 17th, 2027. Both films were previously slated for May releases. The delay came as part of a bigger shakeup to Disney's theatrical calendar, which also included removing several untitled Marvel projects entirely. Now, Doomsday and Sony's Spider-Man Brand New Day, as the only confirmed MCU features for 2026, signaling a noticeable slowdown in Marvel's release cadence. With the Fantastic Four First Steps set for July 25, 2025, and Spider-Man Brand New Day not swinging in until July 31st, 2026. Fans are looking at a full year without a new MCU film, something we haven't seen since the pandemic gap between Far From Home and Black Widow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The thinning schedule reflects Disney CEO Bob Iger.
Oh, God.
Boo.
Boo.
New approach to Marvel's content machine.
Didn't I put a boo in here? I did.
Boo! You suck!
Marvel Studios has lost little focus by making too much. Iger explained during a recent investor call, chewing on that big old cigar. By consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus much more on their films, we believe that will result in better quality. What do you think of the Marvel movie timeline shakeup? Well, I'm not behind Bob Iger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually not behind Bob Iger when it comes to this stuff, but if it means we're gonna get, they're giving them more time to do the films, and that we're gonna get better films because of it, I am not against it. I mean, I would prefer that the movies come out sooner, but again, if it means that they can focus on the films and they don't have to sit there and go, oh well, we need to get these out, and they end up rushing the movies and they don't end up being as good as they could be, then I'm okay with it.
Well, they're not going to make money if they're not making any movies.
I'm sure there's a reason that they're doing that. I mean, Marvel's their thing, but I'm sure like there's probably like more Disney film or more like maybe there's Star Wars things that they want to put out, and they don't.
I never thought you'd be an Iger apologist.
I'm not. I'm saying Disney in general. I'm not apologizing for Iger. Again, where I see the positive in this is they are not they're not rushing the movies, and these films are going to come out and they're going to take a little more time and care with it, and just in general be better films. That's what I worry about. Is again the anti-crunch culture.
I mean, I get it. I just think that with them slowing down with Star Wars and now this, we're not going to have a lot of nerd stuff to do.
I mean, we'll have other
I like
stuff.
nerd stuff.
Yeah, we'll have other stuff. It'll just not be. Maybe they just don't want to be competition for DC, knowing that DC is about to like go nuts.
We're just going to have to get our comic book fix from DC.
We're just gonna get our comic book fix specifically from our boy James Gunn.
Yeah. We know his brother.
Yeah, I know,
His
right?
baby brother.
Squint said, "Wait, you think Iger will do that, Phil?" Again, I don't think that the whole thing with I don't think Iger's doing it because he's being nice, or anything like that. I think it's just I think it's also there's a lot of complaints for like CG not being as good as it could be and things like that. Like you push it out a year, you give them more time without stress to put out a better product. Especially considering that Doomsday is filming right now.
That's true. That's very true. I mean, it's really just like 6 months for each. So it's not really that big of a delay. So
I mean,
I'm honestly not that upset about it.
yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's a big enough of a deal where it's like, yeah, like some people are worried about it. I'm not super worried about it because I feel like, again, it's an extra 6 months, especially knowing the complaints that people have and knowing and having friends that work on these films. I think it's a net good. I'm not gonna say it's a good. I'm gonna say it's a net good. Like just the good outweighs the bad.
No, absolutely.
You know what
I
don't have to
really
wait a
do
year
believe
for.
that. But I do want you to see what James
Yeah, he said,
put
you
in
don't
the
have to
chat.
wait a year for all the prizes that we're gonna give away. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move into the next segment. It's time for a giveaway. Yay! We're going to be doing a giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to give away a whole crap ton of prizes. Now, the way the rules work on this, if you win, you win. That's it. You don't get to win twice, because it would suck that, if RNG definitely chose that the person who wins the Build-A-Bear also wins the Lego kit. That's just not fair. Guys, if you didn't catch it in chat, because we do have 18 people who are watching right now, if you did not catch it in chat, what I need you to do is type into chat the word here so that I know that you want to be a part of the giveaway. Now, I already have a couple of names. Cam, I got you. Sack Deadpool, I have you. Girl Mode, I have you. Squints, I have you. DeLong Family Cosplay, you only get one. Because I know there's 3 of you in the chat right now. You get one. JR, you're in
James
there.
doesn't count.
JR, you're in there. Actually, I will put James in there because he could win a t-shirt.
Okay.
What I would love is if James won a bag and it's like you don't even have to go anywhere. Sack Deadpool, I have you. Sandra, like I said, you guys only get one because you're the whole. I don't know.
Huh?
I'm debating because Jeff is under DeLong Family Cosplay. Sandra is under herself.
Well, technically they're 2 people.
Okay. So let's do this then. Yeah. James already said he doesn't want to be in the running, so we'll take him out. I will put Sandra in
I'm
there.
here too, but I'm not going to put it down.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to win the Luxo, but again, guys, if you are listening to us, if you are in the chat, I'm going to give you about another minute here. Yeah. So until 8:33, I'm going to give you guys about another minute here to put here in the chat. So that way you have a chance to win. Now, remember, I'm giving away a couple of different things here, guys. I am giving away a Black Widow Build-A-Bear.
Inspired by me.
It really, yeah, exactly. I believe
No,
she's in my,
James, Chuck is not in the running.
yeah, I believe it's in my prize box in the in my garage right now, so I'm not gonna go run and get her right now. But we do have it. If we win, we'll let you build it. That's dope. Again, the other prize that I'm giving away is it's not even out yet, guys. It comes out on Sunday. But I am giving away a Luxo Junior Lego kit. So what we're gonna do is if you win that Luxo Junior kit,
Thanks, Squint.
I will get your information, and I will send it to you directly. So I'll put the order in. You'll get the pre-order, and then once they start shipping, it'll go directly to you. Okay. I am also going to give away one of our new Distance Nerding shirts. Right. So we do have new
I want
shirts.
that.
Right. We do have new shirts. And I'm going to be giving away a
Con bag.
Con bag, one of our con bags. So
And he'll probably put the shirt in it. Oh wait, no, you can only win one.
Yeah, maybe we'll do both. I don't know. So ladies and gentlemen, the first thing we're going to give away is the Build-A-Bear. Okay. So again, I need that Lego kit. We're gonna give away. Everybody's excited for the Luxo Junior. So everybody here, one more time, we are going to be giving away this prize. I went a minute over, so let me change screens here, guys.
He went a minute over.
It's fine.
That's not like Phil at all.
I got the prize wheel. There's a prize wheel here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I am fair when it comes to this.
Oh, I know. Never mind. I already know.
I'm gonna win the Black Widow bear, drop it off a cliff.
Oh my god.
That's
James is so dark when he's not on screen.
It's fucking dark, man.
That was dark.
Let's hide this. So ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have what we have 20 people that are watching right now. And only seven people are entering in here. So what the hell?
Sorry
you guys,
about that background noise if you can hear it.
It's the music's probably drowning it out. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, because Tater, you didn't put here. Did you? Oh, he did put here. Okay. Tater's there. So Tater, I will put you in right now.
It's always something with you.
Tater Bob. There we go. So now it's 8.
Ooh.
Is there anybody else?
Last call for here.
Last call for here. Tater, I'm here, damn it. I'm just double checking here. James isn't on here, but it's because he said that he told me to remove his name. So let me see.
And I'm in there, but I'm not. So hold on a sec.
Do you want me to put your name in there?
No, I don't want to be in there.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just going through the list again, making sure. Here,
Oh, and Chuck's in there, but he said he doesn't want to be in it either.
Okay. I'm just double checking, making sure I didn't miss any names here. And he didn't refer to himself in the Zerd Tater. So it doesn't count. Put Tater as Hydra Bob. All right, guys. Well, that is it for names. I just went and double checked everything here. So let's go ahead and drop that. We are going to spin. So get ready. This is for the
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. This is for the Black Widow Build-A-Bear. So let me actually, I'm just setting up a doc for me so that way I know who wins what. Black Widow.
Cam, Wheel of morality. Spin, spin, spin.
Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. I always say that when I spin this wheel. So I mean, like, I'm gonna do it. It's no different than how I normally do it. So here we go. Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Squints wins the Build-A-Bear.
Well, thank goodness James didn't win it.
All right, Squints, you win the Black Widow Build-A-Bear, courtesy of the Long Family Cosplay. So that prize we're giving away specifically because we helped the Long Family Cosplay get up to 100 followers or subscribers on YouTube.
That's
So
awesome. And they
because
do
of that
shows
help,
on Wednesdays.
that's right. They're also going to be giving away their hammer tomorrow. Squints, just in case, do me a favor, man. Send it to me on our messenger again. That way I have, like, the most up to date version and everything like that. I'll send you some new stickers too, man. So, all right. So the next one that we're going to be giving away is the one that everybody's excited for. I'm actually going to open up Lego.com right now. Because Lego is dropping their Luxo Junior kit on Sunday. Oh, apparently I've never been on this site on my computer, so it's having me agree to
With
everything.
all the technical issues that we've been having, this show really hasn't gone that long.
I know, right? Yes, it is still available for pre-order, so there we go. We are good here.
Yay.
So guys, let's go ahead and drop a spin here. I know everybody's excited for this one right now, but yes, what we are giving away is the Lego Luxo Junior kit pre-order, which comes out on Sunday. So if you win,
Lego.
if you win, I just need you to message me your a good address to send it to, and I will get it taken care of for you. Okay. So let's do this. Or unless you're Sandra, Jeff, or Aaron, because I see you guys or Tater, see you guys like every week. So
I'm going to say, yeah. Like half of them you see all the time.
half of these people I see all the time. So let's go ahead and spin this wheel. So wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Is it Cam? Oh, it's Cam.
It's Cam. Yay.
You are also dropping Angel Set too. What Angel Set? What are you talking about?
Like the TV show Angel?
TV show? Like what? What do you mean?
Like the spinoff of Buffy?
I'm like looking on because I'm on their like new product page, and I'm like, what Angel are you? What? They've got a whole
James,
bunch of stuff.
Wheel of Time, turn, turn, turn.
Wheel of Time, turn, turn, turn. Cam. So kind of the same thing I just told Squints. Shoot me a message with your current address just to make sure I'm sending it to the right place. Luxo.
He's saying like Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay. So Cam wins that one. All right, next. We are going to just continue with the giveaways here. The next thing we're going to give away is a Distance Nerding shirt. It is our new shirt. It is the gray shirt. So he said, no, give it to Cam next year at Gem State.
Wow.
That's
There's Petty and then there's James.
that is very, yeah. No, yeah. Very petty. All right. So the next one's a shirt. Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Is it JR? JR is about to win a shirt. JR won a shirt. He won one of our Distance Nerding shirts. JR, if you can do me a favor, same deal I've been telling everybody. Send me your address, but also send me your shirt size. That way, I'm making sure that I make sure I send you the right shirt. Right on, Cam. Yeah, so just make sure you message me, man, with your shirt size, and I'll make sure I get that out to you again with a good address that I can send it to. Let me put that on my list. JR. All right, and the last thing is going to be one of our con bags. So we've got these con bags that we've been giving away, or not giving away, that we've been selling for $10, but we're going to give one away here on the show. So let's go ahead and
Great little bag.
it is
Could be a
actually,
lunch
it's pretty
bag.
cool. Is it Jeff? It's either Jeff or Sandra, so it's going to the DeLong house either way.
Sandra claims the prize.
That's right. There we go. So that is our prizes for this week, guys. Con bag. So Sandra, I will make sure I give you one of those bags next time we actually probably this weekend, because you're going to be with us and we're going to have the bags with us. I got to make sure I grab them from James. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have given away our stuff. Wait, JR. Hold on. I'm looking at the
He
chat
was
right
just
now. The
saying,
stuff that
wait,
I'm
is
missing.
JR going to Beaver State? Just save it and give it to him next
Congrats.
year
Not
at
this
Gym State.
year. Oh, Sandra already has one. So Sandra, do you want me to roll it for someone else then, since you guys already have one? Or did you want to give it to somebody?
Sandra. I mean, we can tell Bruce to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably should be in bed by now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Give her a shirt instead. Okay, that's actually a good idea. Sandra, I will give you a shirt because I don't think you've gotten one of the new ones yet. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna roll it one more time for someone for the bag. I'm
Aw.
also gonna remove DeLong because they already have a bag. So it's like
There you go.
it makes no sense to have.
Oh, it's
him
1 and
in
3 now.
All right. Is it girl mode? Is it girl mode? Girl mode gets a bag.
Yay! Girl mode gets a bag.
Girl mode. And Sandra gets a shirt. There we go. All right. Well, guys, you can drop me off.
Too late.
Oh yeah, he was just telling me to take him off the thing. And Tater also has a bag. So I mean, it's good that girl mode is the one that won.
Yeah, because I mean, we just would have been here spinning this wheel forever.
That's right. I love that Say Wong popped in at the end of the show here and was like, "Nag it up! Like you weren't here to win any of this stuff, dude." Bag it up is what he meant. Well, there we go, guys. We have determined all the winners, and we will be giving away all these prizes. So hopefully, guys, in the next week, I'll be able to send all this stuff out. I really do appreciate everybody here. To the point here, I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys. Guys, thanks for all your support. Thanks for supporting us and everything that we do. Supporting the show, helping us get to 400 subs. The next goal is 500 subs. We hit 500 subs. I'm giving away more stuff. So, guys, tell your friends, tell everybody you know. Get the word out to everyone. Watch Distance Nerding. Listen to Distance Nerding. And
we are not a fight club. Tell everybody.
Or maybe we are. Only the rule is instead of, don't tell anybody, tell everybody.
It's like the IT crowd.
That's right. Sandra, and again, guys, we gave away the Build-A-Bear before earlier today because of this. 5:30 tomorrow on DeLong Fam Cosplays YouTube channel. They're going to be giving away the Warhammer dice set. So make sure you are watching their show, and win that Warhammer. The Warhammer itself with the stone dice on the inside. Pretty awesome thing. Jeff 3D printed the whole thing. It's dope.
It looks
Um,
really cool.
it does. So guys, tune in. Make sure you tune in to DeLong Fam Cosplay. They're gonna be fixing some costumes. I ripped my butt yesterday, so or over the weekend, so they're fixing my costume too, for the weekend. So
You just wanted to go crotchless.
I definitely wanted to go crotchless. That's 100%
You
the
know,
reason.
that kind of stuff really does stick in my my mouth because I'm like, what?
M-
Because I don't like to think of you that way.
Oh, okay, I was like, there's a crotch joke, and you're talking about things in your mouth. It's not cool.
Oh, that was horrible. Makes me sick
All
to my
right.
stomach.
Well,
I
ladies
just
and
can't
gentlemen,
dig out of this. I'm sorry.
at all. You know what you could dig out of though is getting some merch because we got merch, people. Some of you guys just learned. You will learn even more, ladies and gentlemen. We got merch, people. You can DM us at Distance Nerding. We'll get you your size, your shirt, reserved, everything that you want and more. We've got all the fun stuff. We've got the Distance Nerding cannon. We've got the Distance Nerding Rock Lobster. We've got the Distance Nerding Call of Cthulhu. Everything. Just head over to distancenerding.com. Check it out and send us a DM. Let us know what you want. $20 if you're local, 25 if we got to ship it to you. We currently only have the character shirt, the one you see on the right there. And then we have a black and gray variant of the distance starting shirt currently. We don't have hats at the moment, unfortunately, guys. Call Ming Chen. He has a hat.
Ming Chen.
Ming Chen. I love that guy so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk schedule. So this on Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now, the download from 6:30 to 8:30. Did we
We
stay on time?
went well past that.
Yeah, but we were close. And I'm cutting like 90% of that out. So Tuesdays the download from 6:30 to 8:30. Thursdays the build from 6 to 8. Now what I don't have on this is the show that we do, The Buzzer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When we do game shows and play fun stuff and do all the fun things, it's on YouTube, it's live, and different hosts try to answer questions they clearly don't know, but laugh and curse while doing it. Sometimes it's Jackbox games, sometimes it's Jeopardy, sometimes it's Well Really, but it's all fun. How was that for a
That was
delivery?
great. That was a great ad.
It's a great ad. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, come and tune in now. We are substituting Thursday instead of doing the build. We will be playing Jeopardy just because we will be driving to Oregon for Beaver State on Friday. So we decided that this Thursday we're gonna play the buzzer, and this week is Jeopardy. We may have some fun guests coming in. We may not. Either way, it's always going to be a good time. So, ladies and gentlemen, join us
I'll be there.
this Thursday. Jen will be there. Join us this Thursday for Jeopardy. So, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, Jen.
You know, I want to join something.
You want to join something?
I do.
Okay. What do you want to join?
The taco party.
The taco party. Actually, I was going to have you do pluggables. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jen, pluggables. I need all your pluggables here.
Okay, fine. All right. So I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Frey Girl. There's a show on it called Classified. We have sister shows called Journals of the Classes. We're starting Journals of the Ancients. It's all D&D smushed up with your favorite fandoms. That's what we do. And Shadu helps me out with all that. He has his own show. Well, his own channel called Shadu. SHDU. And he does a whole bunch of stuff. The SHDU Studios. Sorry. That was a total mom thing to do. And then he does a lot of stuff. Like he does a lot of stuff. He's into gaming. He does conlang. I still don't know if I quite understand that. but he does it and he does it well. And then I'm here on Distance Nerding. I'm showing up on Tuesdays. I'm showing up on Thursdays. I would show up on Wednesdays, but we don't have a show on that day. So I don't show up that day. And then Kyber Cave, I have been on several of their shows. And currently there's a show in the works that should premiere soon that I am on as well.
Are they finally putting that out?
I assume. I don't know. I had some really good butthole jokes in it.
God. I kind of missed that. I missed that. All right.
I
James
got
is
really
saying-
inappropriate.
James is saying
I
maybe
really
at
did.
500 Distance Nerding gives away a lightsaber. That's not up to me. That would be great though.
Hey, if we get to 1,000, I'll do a live like stage show and interview people at a Comic-Con. I don't know if that will be a motivator for that, but I'll do it.
All right.
Whether you like it or not.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jen is amazing as always, but ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support the show, the best way to do it is to head over to distancenerding.com. Go up to the top of the page, see the big blue button right there. You can join the taco party. That's right, join the taco party. Well, wait, wrong button. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party. It's the best way to support the show. Actually, the best way to support the show is to subscribe to us on YouTube, because that is what we're doing now. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can come and support the show. Best way to do that is to go to and join the taco party. Buy us some more tacos. We can get better prizes. We can go out and do more shows, more events. We love to hang out with everybody and everything that we do. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you have something you want to discuss, tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on all the social media places. If it is existing, we are there. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's still not X. I still don't know why we have Twitter. I'm too lazy to get rid of it. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels, the beard, Jamez's glasses, sitting on a table judging you for not buying all the merch that we have. And of course, everything she will do for money, including the weird ASMR thing that he does whenever we do this segment.
Yeah, it's
now, of course,
whatever I do for money. It's whatever I do for money. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for money.
I do everything for money. Yeah.
But I won't do that. I'm like Meatloaf.
Yeah, I will do everything for money.
I don't even think he knows who Meatloaf is.
But I won't do that.
If you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of the internet ghost that is Meatloaf.
Yes. Can you hear that snoring? That's my dog. She is snoring right now.
I don't hear her at all.
Ugh.
It's good. It's a good thing. Send us an email at dist.
Oh, finally, it's the right thing.
Yeah. intsnerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air. Squints, send us your information at distancenerding@aol.com. It's more secure, right? Jen, you wanna take us out?
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
That's right. Now, before we go to bed here, because again, we're not going to be doing the dance party tonight.
No dance
but
party.
Bruce, go to bed.
Bruce, Auntie Jen says it's time to go to sleep. In my cat ears, I've got my cat ears, so you know I'm really serious about this.
Yeah.
So go to bed, have a good night's sleep, and eat a hearty breakfast.
That's right, buddy. Everybody, have a good
He
night.
let that go on too long. I thought he was going to cut me off.
I was just letting you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us. We will catch everybody later. Everybody have a good night. As always, keep nerding together. We'll see everybody later.
Bye, nerds.